The late adopter. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Bitcoin Daily, 9 a.m. Central European Time on the dollar. We do the show every day, Monday to Friday. Right now it's very special time, so we are doing it Sunday and Saturday as well. And today is a lot more important day than yesterday, so I do hope you got a good night's sleep and that everything is fine and well with you guys. But we do the show every day because we gotta know. We gotta know what's happening with Bitcoin and our altcoins and what's gonna happen next, right? This is a very important video. As you can see in the title, I am selling everything too. And I'm also gonna explain to you the bottom. Is the bottom 0? Is the bottom 20 or 10k? I'm gonna explain to you that as well. So the title, let's start with the title. By the way, before we start, we gotta greet everybody in the chat. Now there is a lot of people in the chat. Mr. T, Pubic, Ryan, Crypto Mac, Blues, Row. Is the headline a joke? Yes, it's kind of a joke. I'm gonna explain that. Selling my underwear. Mohammed, 15 prof. There is money to be made in these times. Yes, exactly. So that's why we are learning the trading, guys. We are trading Monday to Friday. I'm gonna also explain trading days when that's gonna be, because I figured out, you know, Sunday and Saturday I cannot actually trade during the evenings. I can actually even stream during the evenings. So, you know, we're gonna explain a little bit about that as well. Might be 12k. Okay, yes, we sell at 12k. Let's fucking go. I'm down 1% on my recent trade. Abraham, how you doing, man? Christo, for your information, I sold everything. I will have to buy more after the bank robbery tomorrow. Morning TLA, I hope this is a clickbait. It is a clickbait. I'm gonna explain that. Rostra, it's all says this and 3 ads crypto fund fault. Nah, it just, you know, they're just in the way on the dump, man. They're just on the way to the dump. AC money, bank robbery. Is the dump over? Are we still going down? Well, I'm gonna explain that as well. I'm selling everything too. Goom, yeah, nice. Let me just end the poll up here. Basketballs is in the chat. 5-minute break. Of course, we gotta take always 5 minutes break. Is the bottom over or not? Everybody wants to know. Why is everybody selling? Abrak, Akrama, how you doing? D-Pro, how you doing, man? Never selling. Gotta sell. Right now it's time to sell, guys. I'm gonna explain to you why. Grand P, we're not going to zero. We'll likely touch 300 moving average and bottom at around 70 to 16.5 and slowly make our way back up. I'm say 13k. I see crypto. Crypto is in the chat. Crypto Franic, how you doing, man? Thrice the true cycle bottom won't be towards the end of the year. 80% pullback is approximately 13. Yeah, we can also talk about that a little bit. We are not quite there yet. Just yet. D-Pro Alif is in the chat. Catching this time. First time in the morning. What's up, TLA? What's up, Alif? You're gonna have a nice day today. Mladen is in the chat. Morning, man. Hope you slept well. You know what we say about, you know, sleep right now. Very important sleep. Guys, if you haven't figured it out, we started trading and the first lesson we learned is you gotta get some sleep, guys. You gotta get some sleep. You have to be well rested. If you wanna be any kind of trader, you gotta be well rested. Your mental shape has to be on the dollar. Crypto Jack, Tyrion, Leroy, K9 Crypto, one bottom though. Very soon, guys. Very soon. Mihaly, hi, bought and sold yesterday evening. You bought and sold at the same time. Nice. Of course, that's the way to do it. Good morning, Sultan. We are a tech trade today. John, 40 plus gamer. Eric, Andy. BTC is bound to hit 10 to 11k. Crypto King, Michael, Shiba, Vishal, Baton, Crypto Mangler, Beam Up, Luke, Beam Up, and Valid. Hi, love you, bro. Love you too, man. Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to the Bitcoin Daily. We're gonna start with the clickbait title in the chat. If you haven't noticed, on YouTube, let's start with YouTube. On YouTube, if you go to Crypto, and Crypto is famous for his clickbait titles, right? So he made a video called "I'm Selling Everything," and then Coinskid yesterday made a video saying I'm selling everything. So right now I'm making a video as well and I'm saying I'm selling everything too. Now the thing about these videos is they are not actually selling, you know, Bitcoin and crypto. They are selling everything else, cars, homes, you know, TVs, whatever. And I'm selling, you know, everything, wife, kids, you know, everything that has any kind of value. To buy more crypto, guys, to buy more crypto, get it, to buy more crypto. So it's a clickbait tag. Bjorna, hi man, Shagar Kate, hi man, how you doing? It's to buy more crypto, guys, it's to buy more crypto, and that's why everybody is selling, but they're not selling crypto, they are selling everything else to buy more crypto at these prices right now, because they are, you know, prices are so extremely low. Right now also Dogecoin is up 6.6% because Elon Musk tweeted. We're gonna talk about that as well. But today is a very important video. Today is a Sunday. We're gonna have a weekly close, and as you all know, I kind of missed the target at around 21.5, 22.5k target, around 200 moving average. So the bottom didn't actually be there. Right now we have gone all the way down to some kind of 17.9. Will we go down lower? I don't think so. I think right now bottom is coming very close to the ending. I'm gonna explain to you why. What I'm gonna explain to you in this video is how we, technical analysis and everybody else, comes to any kind of conclusion about where the bottom might be at. So I'm gonna explain to you a couple of ways why people are calling 30,000, 10,000, why people are calling 16,000, 17,000, 20,000, 19,000, and so forth, so you have a little bit understanding, you know, of these targets. I mean, these targets are not taken out of, you know, air and just like, oh man, I think it's gonna go to, you know, 15,000 for whatever reason. There has to be something underlying that, whether that is a historical price action, which most often is. On-chain analysis will say that, you know, we are coming to some kind of ending based of the on-chain analysis, based on, you know, buying, selling, and so forth, when whales are hugely buying and everybody else is hugely selling, and you know, while the retail is, you know, coming close to, you know, the volume on the retail is going down while the volume on the whales is going up. Maybe there might be some kind of bottom, so that calling is going to be, you know, around that or that, this or that area. But I'm going to explain to you from the technical analysis perspective, how do we find these bottoms, why do we call these bottoms, what are we looking for, and so forth. Very important video. So we're gonna start with something that I actually noticed yesterday. I did not actually notice this today, but I did notice it yesterday. Let me just put up here, a little bit up here, as I I didn't actually notice this yesterday, but I did actually notice it I didn't notice it before, but I actually noticed it yesterday. Mladen also knew this from before, so we're gonna start over here. And you know what, we're gonna actually start by telling why did I call the bottom down here at bottom at 21, 22k, and I thought actually that was gonna be the bottom. Now if you look at the weekly time frame, and everything has to do with some kind of confluence of some kind of very important levels. Now 200 moving average level up here that we are already way below, that was at 22.5. If you look at a monthly time frame, the 50 moving average, where is it? The 50 moving average is at 21.3. I was thinking 21.5, give or take. So these two levels are very important levels, especially when you come to thinking that the weekly moving average, 200 moving average, is a very important level that, you know, a lot of people are buying. And you know, you have to understand that's 200 weeks, that's 4 years weekly average, meaning that average price over the last 4 years on the weekly is around, you know, 22,000. So that's some kind of psychological level that, you know, big investors are looking to buy. They're not gonna buy up here at 69,000. They want to buy on the 200 moving average or below. Historically, Bitcoin has been respecting this level before, and that's why also we are seeing that right now that this might be the level as well that is gonna be respected, right? So that's one of the reasons that we have been looking at this level. And you know, we kind of missed that big time towards downside. Now only here it was actually respected on the dollar. Here we actually overshot it way below down there. We picked up, you know, next week, and the same thing goes here. We overshot it both over here and over here towards downside. That can definitely happen again, but right now you can see this overshooting happening over here as well. So that's one of the reasons that we are below the moving average. But will we actually pick up here on what's going to happen after that? We're going to talk about that. So that's one reason where we can actually see that, you know, we are going to some kind of you know, some kind of target. So that was at least what I was looking at, right? We have also been looking at a bear flag over here. So there was a, you know, bear flag up here. You can see here price goes down, goes into this consolidation phase up here. This is what we call a bear flag, and this bear flag you often has the target you know, from the, you know, top of the pole towards downside, and that's also confluence around 200 moving average. Now seeing this bear flag down to 200 moving average, seeing the 200 moving average. We also have the moon, 14 June moon, the super moon on the 14th of June. Right now we are 19, so we are 5 days into this moon. All of this confluence got me very confident in that we are gonna hit the bottom down here at 21 to 5 to 22.5. We didn't do that, and we went below that. But that doesn't mean that that I was 100% wrong, because we came down there, but other people might have been a little bit more right. Now, other people are looking at different levels. For example, the same bear flag that you're seeing on the screen right now is made on the logarithmic chart. If you use a regular chart, meaning not a logarithmic chart, and you see this move towards downside, so we copy this move, this flagpole towards downside, what you're gonna see right now, it doesn't come down to 200 moving average, it goes all the way down to 12K. It goes all the way down to 12K. So that's also another reason why people are calling 12K. We got a bear flag goes down to 12K. People are calling 12.8K. It could be that. It could be that. It could be that we are just going down to 12K based on the regular chart. So whether the logarithmic chart or the regular chart is correct, we don't know. We think that regular chart might be more important on some kind of short-term frames, but these big moves, we can look at it a little bit differently, right? So there is different ways to actually look at that, right? And when it comes to technical analysis, we don't actually know which support is gonna hold. We always say this during our technical analysis. We have a lot of supports on the chart. We have a lot of resistance. Which support is gonna be broken and which support is gonna hold, we do not know. But there are probabilities based on other things that can actually give us some kind of insight into which support might hold. And we also look, when we get to those support, is this support holding? Is this good enough? Are we gonna bounce from support? But we only have probabilities, we don't have certainties. That's why the guy at 12K and the guy at 20K both can be right, but we don't know until it's actually played out, for a long term, and we actually get support down there. So I'm not actually 100% right until maybe this actually picks up here and we consolidate up here on the 200 moving average, and then you can technically say, yeah, the 200 moving average was support over long term, but we didn't hit it on the dollar. It wasn't like we hit it down here at, right now we sit in a 17.6, something like that. We are not like we hit it on the dollar. We actually missed it big time towards downside, and right now we are hoping that it's gonna recover a little bit and whatnot. But of course there are other ways to actually look at these moves towards downside. Now this is the bear flag. Other levels people look at, for example, are, let's go to logarithm chart for this over here, is the weekly all-time high top in 2017, and that's right now at 19,000. So 19,000 was also very, very psychological. We can see here the price is pulling back to that level. It's also very psychological and important level. That's also, you can also call 19K because, previously it was not K. If you look at a monthly time frame, it's no longer 19K. It's down here at 15K or something like that. Yeah, 13.8, 13.9. 14K. So 14K is also some kind of support level that we can actually use to call, okay, it's gonna go down to 14K, but we don't actually know, guys. Again, we don't actually know which level will hold, and nobody knows, but whoever gets it right gonna get the bragging rights, but nobody actually knows. We have predictions, we have probabilities, we don't actually know. But as you can already see, there are a lot of levels that can be important support levels, right? The most bearish people are saying, 12, 13K, maybe even some kind of 11K or 10K or something like that, but everybody bases their analysis on something that is happening on the chart, right? We also have, for example, if you go to the weekly time, we also have a very nice trend line down here. I think it goes something like this up here. We were hoping that this 31K is gonna hold. Maybe we got something like this down here that goes down here. Over here you can see that's also around 27,000 that we broke towards downside, but there are all kinds of levels that can actually hold. Let's go to monthly time frame up here. Maybe if you use a bottom up here, then bottom down there, you can see right now that we are actually hitting it on the dollar, so maybe this is the line. 17.7, maybe that's it, right? If you know, it also depends on which kind of wick you use. Do you use this wick on the downside? Because if you use this wick on the downside, I mean, people are still going for 5,000. I mean, it could happen. It could happen, right? But we don't actually know. We don't actually know. But we use these 2 weeks up here. Maybe we are right now hitting that level. So there is a lot of levels on the chart that could be right. That could be right. That could be, you know, there is confluence. There is some line there. There's some kind of support that's gonna hold us up. But we don't actually know. Now, keeping this in mind, and also these lines, these trend lines up here, can be a little bit different whether you're looking at whether you're looking on the logarithmic chart or the regular chart as well. This down at 11,000, right? This line over here is up here at 70,000 right now. So based on whether you're using a logarithmic chart or the regular chart, even trend lines change, guys. Even trend lines change, and when they change, you get different levels. So 2 trend lines, 2 targets, can be 4 targets depending on what kind of chart you're using. Are you using a logarithmic chart or regular chart? So as you can see right now, we have trend lines, we have horizontal support levels, we have moving average levels, we have patterns. There are a lot of things to take into considerations when trying to figure out where the price is gonna come down to, which kind of level will be important or not when we are getting into that level. So we are trying to find confluence, we are trying to find probabilities, and so forth, right? The other things we are looking for, of course, is historical data, like something like 84% drop towards downside, whichever a lot of people are talking about. So a lot of times when you have been going into these, you know, these drops down here, beside this first one, this was a 93% drop towards downside, but every else drop was around 84%. This is 86% drop. This is 84% drops, and right now people are also calling a target down to, you know, some kind of 85. That's gonna be a 10k target down there. They're also calling for 10k because of the historical moves that Bitcoin has been done before. I personally don't believe in the 84% drop, because, you know, every other time we have had parabolic moves towards the upside, and parabolic moves, you know, looking at history, do go down 84%. Over here we did not have a parabolical move towards the upside. We had a small move towards the upside. We had a double top instead of parabolical top up here, and, you know, going down 84% towards downside doesn't make sense here, at least not to me. And I think that this different kind of top, because right now we are changing a little bit times how things actually play out in crypto. We don't have to go all the way down, you know, some kind of 85%, and we can only go down what's this right now at, you know, we can only go down something like 74% and stop there. Technically we can do that, but, you know, that's also one of the, you know, one way that people are looking at certain targets. There is one way more that people are looking. If you look at this chart over here on the weekly time frame, we got this, of course, this 200 moving average up here at 22,000, but a lot of people are watching another line, and that's 300 moving average. So this down here is a 300 moving weekly moving average. That's a 16.6, and that's also another level that people are looking at, right? So which level is gonna be hit on the dollar? Which level we are gonna get the bottom at? You know, nobody knows. We have predictions, we have probabilities, we try to figure out which support is good or not, but nobody actually knows which level will be the level that we actually hit. Whoever gets it right is gonna get the bragging rights. Unfortunately, my bragging rights are gone through the window, and not only that, I made another prediction after this 21,000, and I made it in the Telegram yesterday, and I said, I'm calling the Bitcoin bottom here, and it won't go below 18k, and it still went below 80k, but we can actually discuss that. I'm gonna show it here. So you see here, image here, it was at 18,619. I was calling the bottom there yesterday in the chat, and I said, if you go below 18k, I'm gonna start doing makeup videos on YouTube. So, you know, I have to consider, you know, that as my next profession, but, you know, there is that. So nobody knows, but we are trying to find out when that level is gonna get hit. Right now, one of these ways to find out when this level is gonna hit is when we get these, you know, closing patterns, ending patterns, and so forth, so far. Other things are, you know, oversold levels, RSI levels, and so forth, so forth. So what I'm gonna show you right now is that we are getting very close to the bottom, if this is not the bottom already. So let's start first explaining the thing that I actually saw yesterday and that I did not see before. Is that, let's go to this chart over here. And what you're gonna notice here on this chart is that every time we have a capitulation event, the last weekly move towards downside, last weekly candle is at 30% long. So this move down here is, sorry, this move down here is actually 39% down. This capitulation event over here went 35%, and right now we are down 35% as well. So you can see here that these last candles go down around, you know, 30-40%, 35%, you know, give or take. And right now we are having this capitulation candle. I did not see this before, but I did see it yesterday, and I was like, this, you know, this confirms one of the things. It confirms that, you know, wherever we are right now, we are getting very, very close to that, you know, confluence of support that might hold us up, right? So my target around 22 did not get it. We are below that, but you know, it looks less probable right now, talking about some kind of 10k or 13k, than 17 or 16 or 18k or 19k or something like that, right? You see that probability suddenly changes in favor of these big levels than the small levels. There are other and let's talk a little bit more about these levels on the downside. Number one, what's gonna happen, you know, next, or what does happen, is oftentimes every one of these candles, you get a big pump towards the upside. So here in 2040 it was 27% pump. Here it was not that big pump. We're gonna also talk about the move towards downside, but it was 20% pump. So maybe, just maybe, after today, some kind of hopium, guys, we're gonna pump, you know, something like 20% back to 21.5, or you know, the 50 weekly monthly moving average, get some kind of support there. We're gonna see how that actually plays out. It was a little bit different down here because we went down here, you know, all the way down. After that pump, we continued going towards downside, but it was also a bit different because we had the 200 moving average support. We were on the 200 moving average after this capitulation, right? We are already down there. We don't know how that actually played. We actually know how that actually played down here. So let me show you. But over here, you know, we actually moved up big time because, and you know, we stayed in that range without actually falling lower. We went here below it, but we were holding the 200 moving average, right? Over here, we, after this capitulation 30, you know, we still had a lot of room left towards the 200 moving average, and the price got pushed back to that 200 moving average 2 times, where we actually bounced off that level. Here we overshoot it, but right away after we overshoot it, we came right back up there again because we are already at 200 moving average. So right now we are already at 200 moving average, and we can definitely just shoot up and, you know, consider this some kind of bottom down here in this range, because it is historically like that, right? It is. So these 35% candles is, you know, it's one of these indicators that are telling us that we are close to the bottom. Another indicator that's telling us right now that we are very, very close to the bottom is the RSI. Let me show you the RSI down here before, and this is on the weekly time frame, guys. This is on the weekly time frame. What you're gonna see, let's do another chart up here. Let's do the full history of Bitcoin. What you're gonna do or see on RSI is that these extreme low levels right now are below everything we have ever seen ever before. So we got a 30%, 35% dump on the weekly candle, one candle, 35% dump towards the downside, with the RSI on the weekly going down to as low as 25 on the RSI. And if for you guys that are not understanding this RSI, it's basically like a rubber band, right? So when you stretch it, it always pulls back to 50 level. It always tries to pull back to 50 level. So when you stretch it, we call it strength. It's very hard to stretch it a lot on the downside. It can stay, if you are in some kind of super bearish markets, you'll see it goes down to 25, 24, 25, 25. It just like it stays in that range on the downside. We are just going through a normal bear market. There is nothing wrong with crypto. Crypto will stay here. There will be new bull market and so forth. So crypto is not dead, and as long as crypto is not dead, this rubber band needs to pull back. This rubber band needs to pull back to the 50 levels right up here. These are the 50 levels. You can see after every capitulation, we go back to the 50 levels. This is very normal moves towards the upside. So we are very, very overextended. So having the 25 RSI on the weekly candle, having the 35% candle down on the weekly, already telling us that wherever we are right now, 70k right now, this might be the bottom, guys. This might be the bottom. And there is one more thing that I'm gonna show you right now that's telling me that we are at the bottom, and that's my own indicator. So I'm gonna explain to you how this actually works. These are oversold levels. These are extreme oversold levels. So this indicator down here is a TLA overextended indicator. It's my own indicator. The only thing this measures is a distance between the price and a moving average. So if you go up here, you can measure, you know, distance between the 10 moving average, 20 moving average, 50 moving average, so forth, so forth. I like to measure against the 10 moving average because it's a very early sign to tell you that you are overextended, that you are dropping too fast, and then some kind of consolidation or pullback will actually happen very soon. What you're gonna see here is that right now we are down by a huge margin on the downside away from this 10 moving average. That's an oversold level that's not been happening before. It did happen down here in 2011, but you know, these volatilities up here were extreme, so you know, we can, you know, exclude these. I don't think we are ever gonna go all the way down there. But what you're gonna see here, both in 2014 up here, these overextended levels, the pull, how fast we were falling down, this first move down here after the 2017 top, the capitulation down here at the bottom at 200 moving average, the corona dump down here as well. This is the 50% dump or something like that during the you know, capitulation event, you know, the first dump after the, you know, euphoria phase up here. What you're gonna notice here is that we are right now way below that. We have extended a huge amount towards the downside. Now, considering the extensions towards that oversold levels, you know, huge RSI, low RSI levels at 25 on the weekly time frame. The 35% candle hitting some kind of very important resistance target. We have to conclude that we are at some kind of bottom. Unless crypto is that, we are at some kind of bottom, guys. We are at some kind of bottom. And where that actually is it 17.7, 16.5? Because you can technically pull, you know, week is not done yet. Day is Sunday, we can still drop down. And even the next week, we can drop down for the next 6 days. And on Sunday, we can pump. And we can correct the RSI, we can correct the oversold levels, we can correct everything, right? So I'm giving it next 7 days until next Sunday. I think it's already gonna start on Monday. I think it's already gonna start tomorrow. The correction is already gonna start tomorrow. I'm gonna show you what I think is gonna happen. But I think correction is already gonna start tomorrow. But today, the Sunday is very important, guys. Candle closes in technical analysis are very important because once you close a candle, you kinda because this can, right now the candle is going up and down, up and down, up and down. So this can go up and down, up and down, up and down, right? So what they are trying to do is pull it to a certain level and close that candle forever, to be written in the history book that this candle closed at this RSI level, at this overextended level. And they're trying right now to close it at as low levels as they possibly can. So it's gonna be, you know, locked in and it cannot be moved anymore. Once that's done, that's gonna happen tonight, Sunday at 2 a.m. here in European time, Central European time, at 2 a.m. tonight, that's gonna happen. After that, from Monday to the next Sunday until next candle, it can go up and down, but I believe that we will, at the end of the week, close the week in green next week, okay? So, we are at the bottom, some kind of bottom. That's why everybody's selling everything besides crypto, because, you know, nobody's selling the bottom. Can we go lower? Yes, we can. Can we go to 10k, 13k, and so forth? Can we push next week down? Can it be red candle next week? Yes, it can. But the probabilities and the way we are looking, reading the charts, you know, probability is telling us that the next week should pump. It should go a little bit up, 20% up, something like that, based on the historical chart. Based on all of these levels, we should go a little bit more towards the upside next week. We should get some kind of relief, based on everything. Based on everything. Now, yesterday in the Telegram chat, I called the bottom at 18.6k. Let me show you that. So why did I do that? Why did I do that? I didn't do that, you know, out of fun or we hit some kind of certain level. There was a certain pattern that was being made on the charts, and that's a falling wedge. So if you use this line up here, and we are using this bottom down here because we are, you know, drawing it a little bit differently up here, something like this maybe. If you use this line, what you're gonna see is that we are getting a new pattern up here on the screen, and that's a falling wedge. Now hitting this falling wedge down here, you know, it can still go down a little bit up here, but I wasn't thinking that it's gonna break the 18k mark down here. It went down here below 18k a little bit below, but it pumped right back inside here. Right now it's still holding this this bottom support on the downside, and I wasn't thinking it's gonna go below 18k. So, you know, I kind of missed it, but I think still this over here is creating, but because these things never go all the way down inside the ending of the wedge, they often breaks, you know, prematurely and go into upside direction. Considering all these oversold levels, so forth, this will be very hard to break towards downside, so I thought, and we actually went below it. We can also correct this line a little bit up here because, you know, if you want to make, you can see down here that we still hit that line, and we right now hit it on the dollar down here, so it does confirm this line towards downside. It can technically still do this over here, the way I see it, you know, some kind of 17k. We can definitely continue down there, but you know, that can actually take time. But we are all right now, everybody is looking right now this falling wedge. I think this falling wedge is pretty much confirmed right now several times over here, and that's why I dropped down all the way down to this target over here. But right now I think this falling wedge will eventually, I think this over here might already be, it can go lower, but we are already starting creating these, you know, big pullbacks towards the upside. Yesterday we had a huge pullback, you know, on Bitcoin, about 10% towards the upside. You know, the bearishness is already, you know, losing the grip on the market, and you know, it just goes so far how much this can be pushed down. I'm not predicting 13k or 10k. I still think, you know, around 200 moving average. How this is gonna play out, I do not know. I still do predict that this is gonna you know, be the bottom around here somewhere, and as soon as we actually break this towards the upside, you know, that's already the first step to you know, ending the bottom. Now the bottom will end a little bit differently, so let me show you that as well. The bottom doesn't end just because we hit it on the dollar. It can definitely go down more, but oftentimes what does happen is that we break some important trend lines. So trend lines are a lot very important tech analysis. Over here in 2018, you can see this trend line up here going over here, so we technically broke it right over here, and this is actually ended, but it ended a lot sooner than this actually. You can see this dump towards downside, this is increase in speed towards downside. You can see that up here we went down, and then over here we increased the speed towards downside, where we actually pulled back. So over here was, you know, returned to back inside this, you know, expanding wedge up here and continue towards the upside. But you can see that this drop over here was following this trend line over here, and as soon as we came and broke it over here, I would say this was the first sign that we are done with the bottom. So only after we break the trend line up here can we say, okay, this over here was the bottom. The same thing happened in 2014. I'm gonna explain to you that over here. Sorry, 2017. So we're going down in this trend over here. Let me draw it. This was the first trend up here that actually got broken, and this was the first sign that, you know, this was some kind of bottom, but there was a different trend up here created up here. Something like this over here. You can see very nice line. It's only after this trend was actually broken on the downside over here. This was first sign, but we technically went up. This was second sign, and then you got the trend line up here that actually broke it. So this was, you know, good move towards the upside, good move towards up, but up here it was technically already done because you technically broke this, you know, this downtrend towards the upside. And once you get up here, you can say, okay, guys, this is the actually bottom, right? And the same thing is gonna happen right now. We are not even close to that yet. And you know, you cannot say right now that this is the bottom just because reasons. We have to see how this actually gonna play out, but there is definitely some kind of trend line that needs to be broken first, right? Over here we have some kind of, you know, a sideways trend up here. We got also up here some kind of trend that goes something like this that needs to be broken. These are very slow trends, but I am guessing this will go a little bit up, maybe a little bit down, and once we get to the next pivot point, there will be some kind of line that needs to be broken, and once that line is broken, we will have what is called, okay, change of the trend. And once this change of trend is called, we will be able to call the bottom and say that was the bottom of this capitulation. And by then, you know, we can see who is right and who is wrong, right? But until that has happened, we do not actually know where the bottom is. We can predict it, we can assume it, but we don't actually know. You can see right now that we are very close right now in this very speedy trend towards downside. These are extreme trends. This goes, you know, with a speed of, you know, I don't know what to call it, towards downside, but eventually this needs to break towards the upside to give us this very first relief. And I'm thinking that's gonna come, you know, very soon, in maybe a couple of days. We're gonna break this towards the upside, we're gonna break this trend, we're gonna create secondary pivot point. The secondary pivot point is gonna give us a new trend. The new trend needs to be broken. Once that new trend is broken, that's when we're having the bottom, and when we can actually call the bottom. And that's how we actually do it in technical analysis. Now if you look on this chart on the 4-hourly time frame, you can also already see right now that we are waiting for one move that's gonna tell us that this stump is already getting over with, and that goes something like this up here. This is the trend. This is the 4-hourly trend that needs to be broken. So I think as soon as, you know, because we are already assuming that on weekly and daily the trend will be broken very soon, but you can see already here right now that we are getting this, you know, zigzag pattern. So this 10 moving average down here, once this is broken on the 4-hourly time frame, this very strong downtrend over here will be broken. And if we retest this on downside, we keep the support. This just might have been it already. It can definitely go something like this on the downside. We are not saying that, but we are saying that we are already extended, so forth, so forth. So we are very close to breaking this trend. I mean, we have always been very close to breaking the trend right over here and over here, but you know, it kind of never happened. But right now we are coming, you know, to Sunday. It's a weekly close. We are very close. We are seeing already volatility kicking in up here, and you know, overextend levels, so forth, so forth. So we are getting, we are thinking that we are getting very close to the bottom. Why should it go up? Yeah, because people are buying. People are not stupid. That's why it should go up. And when it comes to the people are buying, guys, people are buying big time. And we know this for a fact. Big YouTubers, big personalities, they all said they are started buying at 200 weekly moving average. A lot of people have been waiting to buy, and they didn't want to buy 60k, they didn't want to buy a 40 or 30k, but they are buying anything and everything around 20, 21k. So rich people, people with money, people with connection, people that knows what's going on, they are buying money. We know this for a fact. And somebody, yeah, I think it was yesterday or day before that somebody mentioned, yeah, I don't like watching Crypto and the moon and stuff like that. They, you know, Dubai guys, rich guys, clickbait guys. And I said I actually like watching these guys because they gives us insight in the world that we are not part of. We are not part of the rich and wealthy. We are not part of the, you know, Dubai elite and so forth, so forth. Now, not only is the moon and Da Vinci and Crypto and all these other YouTubers in Dubai with huge wealth in cryptocurrencies and huge followers, they are celebrities, you know, crypto celebrities. That's the highest you can actually get, being rich, you know, on crypto. In Dubai, there's other rich people that are not in crypto. There are other spaces of business, and these rich people talk to each other, guys. They talk to each other. They know what's up. They know what's gonna happen next. And the rich people that are above the celebrities and crypto YouTubers, they have connections with the governments, with the big companies. They know what's happening, guys. And the only way we can actually have an inside look in that space is through these, you know, clickbaiters on YouTube. Unfortunately, but you know, that's only we have. But what we know for sure is that everybody is buying, guys. Everybody, every wealthy personality is right now buying. We know that for sure. And from what I've seen, as long as we can trust them when they say they're buying, they're actually buying crypto right now. That means that, you know, They know something that we don't know, because we don't know what the future of crypto is. But maybe, just maybe, hope is that they do know that, you know, what the future of crypto is. So we are betting on that. Also, the adoption is happening so rapidly, guys. I think it's going below everybody's noses, and nobody is noticing adoption. I read about adoption every day. This company, this hotel, this restaurant chain, this payment processing company is starting to accept crypto. This government is starting to loosen up to crypto. Adoption is happening big time, guys. It's so huge you don't have any idea. Yes, there's still FUD on this country and that country doing this and that, but people are focusing on the FUD right now. People are focusing on everything that is bad in crypto right now, and they are blowing this out of proportion to push the price down so they can get your cheap Bitcoin, guys. They are doing that, right? But adoption is happening all over the place. And you're gonna notice, as soon as we are done with the accumulation phase down here, all of these good news will come to the light. And everybody will be like, hey man, how did I not hear about that? You know, everything is coming, guys. Everything is coming along. Rich people are buying. Adoption is huge. The bottom is in. They're stealing your Bitcoin. Like, I remember the first dump here. The first dump. Where is the first dump? This first dump down here below. No, which one was that? Let's go to the daily time frame. This over here. This first dump from 37,000 to 31,000. I remember reading on Twitter, in the last 24 hours, top 100 wallets, Bitcoin wallets, acquired additionally 77,000 new Bitcoin. They are not selling, guys. The whales are not selling. Maybe 3AC, you know, 3 Arrows Crow is selling. Maybe it sells you selling. Maybe Luna is selling. That's just the fun. People are buying. Whales are buying. They don't care. They are taking your Bitcoin. Once you sell, they take your Bitcoin. That's how they do it, guys. That's how they do it. So I don't see a problem with crypto. Crypto is going to move. That's why the American crypto is selling. That's why Coinbase is selling. That's why I am selling everything else beside crypto to get more crypto, guys. Nothing wrong with adoption whatsoever. Now there is of course still a lot of FUD in the markets. We got the recession going on. We got the third world war on our doorsteps. You know, this is different types. Depression is gonna hit. My theory is that all the money from you know, traditional markets will flow into the crypto markets, and I think that traditional markets and crypto markets will will no longer be tied together. They will no longer be correlated. Bitcoin will be and crypto will be going up, and everything else will be going down. So that's my some kind of theory based on, you know, loose threads here and there. But you know, there is that. Yes, the stock market does look ugly, as you know what. You can oversee also here that we are breaking some kind of trend up here. Maybe I drew the trend line a little bit bad, but you know, let's try to redraw the trend line. Maybe we are still above the trend up here. We technically hit this on actually on the dollar now that I see it. So technically we might be at the bottom of something. There is also a weekly 200 moving average down here for stocks up here. 30,005. So we did drop down. How much this drop down right now? 24%. Technically stocks are right now in the recession. People are afraid, but you can see right now that the line is holding, guys. The line is definitely holding. Now let's go and see if Dow Jones, also my lines up here, maybe not 100% on the dollar, but you know, it looks like it's breaking a little bit. Maybe this line could be maybe over here, I don't know, give or take, maybe something like this. Maybe it's this line up here. This more look legit. This is breaking a little bit, but there is 200 moving average and so forth. Will this stock market continue dump on the downside? I don't know. It does look bad. DXY, the money printing, the dollar value is going up. It went up to 105. Right now it's pulling back. If you look at this on the daily time frame, we have pulled back to 10 moving average. I said one of these very important trends did get broken over here. First short term got broken up here, then this is second trend. Right now we're holding the line, and I said this can continue going up all the way. This can continue going up all the way until it breaks this line up here. And then it can continue going all the way, something like this up here. But you know, this once you break these slow lines, you often have a lot bigger drop. So what I'm looking for when it comes to dollars is to break this line up here eventually towards downside. Once this line is broken, that means good stuff for us, guys. That means good stuff for us. This goes down, Bitcoin goes up. That's what we're looking for. But right now, it can still continue going range in a range up here while Bitcoin is consolidating. What I'm expecting right now from Bitcoin is the bottom to be confirmed. I'm expecting next to 3 to 6 months to be some kind of accumulation phase. I don't know how long, but I'm saying 3 to 6 months. I don't know. It might be 9 months. It might be 2 weeks. I don't know how long that accumulation is going to be. What I do know that accumulations do take time, guys. Accumulations do take time, and they take very long time to actually be finished with accumulation. Me and you can buy in a week. Like, we can go down to this week right over here, and we can press buy, and all our wealth, even after we sold the wife and the kids and everything of value, we will be able to get all the liquidity needed right down on that week. Unfortunately for whales and big fish and you know, people buying big, you know, big chunks of crypto, they cannot buy on the week. They need accumulation phase. That's why we always have a very long accumulation phases. They are often very bearish in nature. They take time to play out, and the market is very boring, but they like that. They like long accumulation. It gives them time to accumulate for the next bull market towards the upside. So I'm thinking right now we're coming very close to the bottom. A lot of stuff is coming into place. Will it be the bottom or not? Will we go down 30,000 or not? I don't know, guys. I just explained you what I think, you know, might happen, might or might not happen. So we're gonna see that. But I'm very optimistic about crypto. I have absolutely no problem with crypto whatsoever. We're gonna keep on trading crypto. We're gonna keep on buying and selling crypto. We're gonna keep on reading the news. Crypto is not going anywhere, guys. From my perspective, I don't think crypto is going anywhere. It's gonna be nice time. That said, we're gonna keep on trading Bitcoin. There will be no trading night tonight, but I just want to say a quick word about that before we go into the chat and see what people are saying. Then we're gonna talk about, you know, let's take a little bit questions and see what people are talking about. We are trading right now 400 million. We're trying to learn trading. I'm not a trader, you know, so we're gonna learn this day trading stuff going on, and we're gonna try to win. I figured out Saturday, Sunday we cannot do trading. I just don't have time. But Monday to Friday, there will definitely be at least one trading session every day. So we're going to try to do that and, you know, continue the, you know, trading ourselves to 1 million, if it's even possible. We're going to see if we can actually manage at least how far we get, right? So there is that. Just so you know that. And beside that, we got a Bitcoin daily every day, 9 a.m. Central European time on the dollar, Monday to Friday. So you can see that. There we go, guys. I think I talked about everything I wanted to talk about today. It was like 1 hour video or something like that, 45 minutes. I do hope you enjoyed that. I do hope you find something of value. Right now we can take the questions from the chat. I want to see TLA take some shots once bottom. There will be only shots of milk, guys. Only shots of milk. Mlad and Petr, yeah, I totally agree with you. Bit's going to decouple very soon, and we are going to have ETF the next months. I hope that's the. I don't see it any other way. I don't see it any other way. But you know, I think Bitcoin. I don't think Bitcoin, but I think blockchain technology is so huge, guys. People don't just understand how huge this is. What do you think about XRP if it was to settle? Could it decouple for BT? It says I don't think it can decouple from you know, from crypto, but crypto can decouple from stocks. I think maybe like it's a theory out in my it's a way out there, you know. So thank you for all your hard work here. No worries, man. No worries. Don't sell house, TLA. Yeah, I cannot sell. Kids have to have the roof over the house, so we gotta keep the house. You know, maybe we can take some, you know, some extra cash on the house. Maybe. But what about alts? Alt season of further drop. From what we've seen when it comes to altcoins, is that alts will pump with Bitcoin, but when Bitcoin goes sideways during the accumulation phase, altcoins drop more. So guys, I'm not quite sure that, you know, altcoins will recover as well as Bitcoin in the start. During accumulation phase, when Bitcoin goes up, altcoins goes up, and but if Bitcoin goes sideways and a little bit down during these accumulation phases, for example, some kind of falling wedge, they tend to drop down a lot more. So we could definitely see lower levels for altcoins. Right now, I don't see it right now. I think right now they can pump up a little bit, you know, when Bitcoin pumps up a little bit, but overall, altcoins don't react until, you know, the very late, you know, start of the bull market or something like that. Some good altcoins do tend to keep, you know, price in line with Bitcoin, but oftentimes it's Bitcoin that is leading the stuff. Mladen, your channel is perfection. Mladen has a channel. I hope you wait. Let me see if I can show Mladen's channel up here. Mladen, do you have the channel in? Can you post it in the Telegram? If it's his monthly channel, right? So Mladen, a guy in our TF Fans Club group, is having this monthly channel. Monthly channel, and let me see that. Mladen, can you post it in the chat again? So I don't know where it is. I hope it's the button, but I would welcome whatever the button will be. We'll see that. We'll see that. I hope it's button too. Adoption good, regulation bad. No, regulation will come one way. That's the only way we can have, you know, we need to have, we cannot have decentralized, you know, crypto forever. You're not gonna take down, I mean, you can maybe take down the banks, but you're not gonna take down governments. You understand? Maybe we're gonna take down the banks, but you're not gonna take down the governments just because you have crypto, okay? So, governments, you know, they're gonna accept, you know, crypto and blockchain and this space only if it's regulated, only if they can benefit from it, and so forth, so forth. So, you know, we are not getting mass adoption without regulation. I think everybody wants, you know, some form of regulation. Tila, what are the S&P 500 and Nasdaq saying in terms of RSI? Could we include these charts in your analysis too, since BTC is so close to these marks? Good questions. Let's check that out. So he's asking, you know, what kind of RSI do we have on the stock market charts right now? Are they low or not? So what you're gonna see here first, these are oversold levels on the daily. Let's go to the weekly chart because it's a lot more important. What you're gonna see right now that we got a very oversold level. So these are very deep levels. So this, you know, the markets can, if this is gonna be a big dump, like these are just normal dumps towards downside, nothing big is happening. But these big events up here, for example 2008 kind of dump or Corona dump down here, these extended levels do push a lot more towards downside. So if you see some kind of, you know, 2008 level drop, we might see a lot more extension towards downside. So we are not quite there yet. When it comes to RSI, I haven't checked this out, so it's gonna be interesting to see right now where we are at. You'll see that we are right now at this is, let's go to the monthly time frame. So technically on the monthly time frame we have just normal pullback. You can see here, this is just normal pullback back to, you know, we are still in some kind of uptrend up here. This is uptrend, guys. This is uptrend. You can see here uptrend. It goes back, you know, every now and then it goes back to these 50 levels. And right now we are back to those 50 levels. So if this is normal pullback, right now you get every RFE. So maybe we're gonna do another, you know, melt up towards the upside. There is this guy, I forgot his name. He's calling about this melt up towards the upside right now. That's gonna explode everything towards the upside before we actually get a big crash towards downside. And you know, based on that analysis and you know, monthly being here at the bottom down here, you can see here this is to 2008 crash. So if we do get 2008 crash, this can actually definitely go lower. So I think we might be at some kind of bottom for some kind of normal pullback, normal bad times pullback. But I don't think it's a, you know, Bitcoin kind of pullback. Bitcoin's down right now 74%. We have extreme oversold levels on the RSI, extreme oversold levels on the, my indicator. Big red, you know, weekly red candle. Definitely capitulation kind of event. This hasn't gone through, you know, stock market still hasn't gone through the capitulation event or any kind of. It had a nice rounded move towards downside, but can definitely, you know, do big move towards upside because a lot of people are getting bearish. And here comes the thing that I also learned. Markets move when people are very bullish. Markets tend to have a drop towards downside. But when markets get very bearish, people are talking about recession, this, that, right? Markets tend to turn towards the upside, right? And what this guy is right now talking about, this melt up that can actually right now come towards the upside, a big huge move towards the upside where everything just explodes in price and it creates, of course, a big time that can definitely happen because we haven't broken, you know, any kind of important level right now on the chart. So if you look at S&P, yes, there is definitely right now some kind of trend up here that we are hitting, some kind of support. We have definitely broken some trend up here over here towards the downside, but you know, markets are technically they have had a nice pullback, but it does not mean that, you know, they are going through, you know, some kind of very, very bad times capitulation type of events or something like that. So I think, you know, if markets are gonna drop, they're gonna drop big time. We haven't seen nothing like that yet. We just seen slow bleed towards downside for a while. Yuko is at the center of the Greenwich Mean Time scale, so there's that. Joking, I did not get the joke though. Thanks, Sugar. Let's see if Mladen posted. There is Mladen's chart. Let's show Mladen chart on the screen up here. And what you're gonna see here, this is also Mladen Petro, one of great guys in our TA fans group. He's gonna probably start his own YouTube channel, and I'm gonna shield his YouTube channel because he's such a great TA guy. I like his lines. If you got nice lines, guys, we want you in our chat. So this is his chart of monthly Bitcoin bottoms. And you can see this line, you know, predicts very nicely this bottom on the downside, you know, corona up down here. And right now he's calling for some kind of 16.6, 16.3, if I remember correctly. Target on the downside, some kind of bottom. Nice channel. It could hit that, but as we said in the start, it could hit other levels as well. But if it does hit that, Mladen will get his bragging rights, you know. And if he gets his bragging rights, you know, that's very nice. So I predicted 2120, you know, 200 moving average. He predicts 16.6. Everybody trying to get the bottom on the dollar. Whoever does that wins. What's happening right now? It's very very interesting up here. We are having the falling channel, guys. You know, this is very important. This is very important. This falling channel down here, sorry, this falling wedge down here, depends on how you draw it up here. Maybe something like this. I expect this to break towards the upside. What's happening right now, and this is not a financial advice. We started trading like 2 weeks ago, something like that. So I haven't been a trader for that long time. I did try trading before. I always lost, so I hate trading. It's very emotional and reckoning. But this down here, the way I see it, coming into the Sunday, day before the Monday, the next week and so forth. This like here looks to me like it's bottoming down on the support down here. And it's gonna play towards the upside. Take that as you want. I think it's gonna play towards the upside. But, you know, I also thought this is gonna play towards the upside up here and it dropped further towards the downside. But, you know, you never know. Can it drop towards the downside? Yes. But seeing everything again, I think, you know, just a trading, you know, tip, not a financial advice. You do with your money what you want to do with your money. I think this is gonna blow towards the upside, guys. I think this is gonna blow towards the upside. I can see the channel perfectly. Beat it's at 1929. That's a good choke. Your chart is, yeah. We like Mladen. He has nice lines, guys. Nice lines, and it's not just, you know, you know, this, you know, he always posts very nice. Because when it comes to technical analysis, what you have to be very good at is, you know, recognizing patterns, you know, finding the lines, finding the dots, connecting these together, figuring out something that, you know, people are, you know, over missing. And he has good eye for that, you know. He's good eye for finding the patterns, finding the lines, zooming in, zooming out, you know. And that's what, you know, all what technical analysis is all about. Who's going to use real funds at a very risky trade? I doubt anyone buying until the leverage issue is resolved. I mean, there are gamblers in this space. I can tell you definitely right now, there are gamblers in this space. They are betting a lot of stuff, so they're gonna definitely use the funds. Thanks, bro. No, yeah, no, you're welcome, man. Fear at lowest level ever says, yeah, that's also that over here. We got right now extreme fear 6-6 for 2 days in a row. Extreme oversold levels, insane fear levels right now. And you know, guys, you know what I'm saying. When there is fear in the market, when there is blood on the streets, when everybody thinks this is dead. Go see what JP Morgan said. Sasha, are you trading tonight? No, it won't be tonight. I just said that, you know, Saturday and Sundays I cannot trade. I got stuff to do during the day because kids are home, and late at night I cannot trade. because I do other stuff. So it's gonna be Monday to Friday. Trading is gonna be Monday to Friday, so we're gonna try to get in as many trades as we can, decent trades as we can. Yes, Dogecoin is up 5%, guys. Dogecoin is up 5% right now. So you can, if you look at the daily time Dogecoin right now, I mean, it's up here. So, you know, whether you bought up here or down there or down, it's the same. I mean, you had better buys, you had worse buys, but you know, we are getting some kind of bottom. The reason right now that Dogecoin is up 5%, I want to also mention this. If you go to my YouTube page, sorry, not YouTube page, and let's go to notifications up here. This guy, Watch Your Guru, he said Elon Musk says he will continue to support and buy Dogecoin. So Elon Musk said I will keep supporting Dogecoin, and some guy said keep buying it then, and Elon Musk said I am. That's why Dogecoin is up 5%. Also, the word I want to say about Dogecoin is, I always say this, people just, I don't know if you're gonna get it or not. The CEO of Dogecoin is Elon Musk. You gotta understand, guys. If you get that, you're gonna get everything about Dogecoin, you know? You're gonna get everything about Dogecoin. But right now, I think we actually talked about everything that we can actually talk about. I don't have much more or less more to say, because you know, we gone through everything I want to you know, go through. Your stream while many Europeans work. Is there a way for us to follow your trade signal on Twitter or something? There is no trade signals, and I'm not doing the trade right. You know, when it comes to Europeans, it's actually quite nice. It's Monday to Friday after, you know, 7 or 8 you know, PM time, you know, European time, give or take. And that's not the time when Europeans work, you know. Most people work between 9 and 4. I mean, if you have a late shift, you have a late shift. What can I do? But no, there are no signals. It's, you know, you gotta have all, you know, stream open and stuff like that. It's not a signal stream or something like that. I do my trades. If you wanna, you know, copy me or do something like that, you do that on your own personal risk or whatever, right? I thought 9. No, 9 AM is only Bitcoin daily. We only talk about stuff. I'm not trading this early. I gotta wake up a little bit first. The trading streams are around, you know, 7, 8. It depends on when kids go to sleep, Monday to Friday. So we're gonna trade them. Don't work Sundays. Yeah, don't work Sundays. Because every time when my kids are trading. Yeah. Anyways, guys, that's what I had today. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Hit the like button on the like on the way out. Join TFN's Club if you're not joined. Join KuCoin, guys. Only place to get gems for the next bull market. It's on KuCoin. You're not gonna find gems on Binance or Bybit or FTX or something like. Gems are only on one place. That's KuCoin. Even Binance, even Binance is too big right now for gems. They're only accepting a little bit more reputable coins, or if you pay them big money, they'll accept your shitcoin. But most, you know, most gems, most new stuff is right now, you know, on KuCoin. So do join KuCoin. You also get a lower fees and stuff like that. You also, you know, share your fees with me, so you're supporting the channel. So thanks for that. When I make a million, will you stream on YouTube? Yeah, of course. There is bucks to be made on YouTube. Just because I have a million doesn't mean that I don't want to, you know, the second million or the third million, man. Come on. Like, look at these guys in Dubai. These rich guys, these billionaires right now, YouTube billionaires. What are they still doing? They're still making YouTube videos. And that, not only that, they're making new channels. You understand? What are trading fees on Bybit? I don't know, but I don't know which actually, you know, which exchange has the best fees. But I think it's the ballpark area there. But the thing about KuCoin, there are gems. You're not gonna find gems on Bybit, guys. You know, Bybit is for trading. You know, it's for trading. It's a trading platform. KuCoin is a spot buy. You can trade on KuCoin as well. You can spot buy, spot sell. You can trade futures. It's just as good as everything else. Especially their app is extremely good. But KuCoin has gems, guys. KuCoin has gems. No, nothing else has gems. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. Thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna go do some other stuff, but I thought this update was very important. So I hope that everybody got you know, the message when it comes to the bottom. And there's that. Guys, thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna turn one thing on before we go, so you know, maybe it gets you in a little bit better mood before we end the stream. There we go. And with that, guys, thanks for stopping by, guys. I'm gonna see you again tomorrow morning, Monday. It's gonna be very important Bitcoin daily stream, Because we gotta know, guys. We gotta know what's happening with Bitcoin and altcoin, especially tomorrow after the weekly candle. It's gonna be interesting. See you guys, take care, and the rest of you guys in TF and Scalp chat, I'll see you there. Bye bye.